This dialogue brings together thought leaders, policymakers, academics and private sector stakeholders to reflect on cultural, institutional and attitudinal factors that drive national development.
At this point, I will be seizing
the session is anchored on Development as Attitude, a book by Professor Osita Ogbu, co-chair of NESG, who highlights the role of accountability and citizen responsibility in achieving sustainable growth.
The attitude of leaders is extremely important. They don't want to understand the motivation behind the actions. They simply think that all actions must be tailored to their primordial instincts.
Highlighting Nigeria's 20 years of uninterrupted democratic rule, Dr. Shamsuddin Usman says peaceful transitions are commendable. However, he insists that without a social contract where citizens receive basic services, democracy remains incomplete.
Nobody is caring about the fundamentals of what the state owes to the city. And the first one is peace. Peace, security. I mean, look at this country today. How can development take place in the kind of atmosphere that we have?
Governor Uba Sani, represented by the Permanent Secretary in the State Ministry of Finance, Lawal Habib, adds that the dialogue aligns with Kaduna State's reforms in governance, fiscal responsibility and inclusive growth.
We recognize that beyond financial management and resource allocation, it is the values and attitudes of both leaders and citizens that ultimately share the trajectory of sustainable development.
Participants also discuss how leadership thinking, citizen participation and collective action influence development.
We need to reconstruct our politics to make sure that the leaders that people want are chosen.
There should be strategic plan or development plan where the budget is attached, is matching the expectation or the goal that he wants to achieve.
Development conversations should not be left to some big centers, right? Development is local. And we must hear voices from across the country to truly be able to generate new ideas.
The major takeaway from the NESG dialogue is that Nigeria's development journey requires a shift in collective mindset, from dependence to responsibility, from short-term fixes to long-term solutions, and from rhetoric to real action.